where my desk is such a mess, I can't even put it in standing position. I'm telling you, I'm having a good time with a 3D printer because now I have my own garbage can that I built from my desk. And for this project, a lot of stuff's going to go inside of here. Put all these little parts and pieces that come off of the printer when we print things in there. And I've printed this over so many days and times that so the problem is that the printer bed on the 3D printer is only 10 inches, 250 millimeters. And this project is, what is it, probably 20 inches, 20 by 20, something like that. So I had to split it into pieces. This is probably the easiest way to see it. I had to split it into pieces. These two go together. So there you go. So I have little dowels that I printed along with it. And so we're going to stick them all together. But the challenge is, because I had to print this over a few different attempts, is which pieces go together. And that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So what we're building is the Stealthminer. There'll be a link to it on GitHub in the description. You can check that out. And what it is a home S19 miner. You have one of the S19 hash boards. There's a couple different versions of this project depending on which S19 you want. I had some artifacts which are not great, but once I figure out if I can actually put this thing together, I'll probably reprint that. I'll actually even offer to print them for you, probably, if you want that. Just put it in the description if you do, and if you do, then I'll give you a price to print them. I printed these out of PETG. I think just PETG, maybe PETG CF. Might be carbon fiber. I think they did these. No, I didn't do these out of carbon fiber. I did these out of PETG. Just for the heat resistance. You can see little mounting beds in there. So in this video, we're just going to put the parts and pieces together, and then I'll do another video because I have not purchased the board yet. So we'll do another video on that, on selecting the board, and we'll get some Noctua fans. That's the fan style that I went with. And we'll get this all put together, probably maybe in 3 pieces, 3 videos. This is a mess. I don't even know where to start. Alright, so I know the fans are at the top, so I can put those aside for now. So there's the top of the unit. These are the bottom of the unit. See that? That's a problem. That's a problem. But for my own personal use, I can deal with it. So yeah, you can see the holes in there, and the bamboo slicer actually just asks you where you want the holes. I don't know if you can see those or not. And then it lines them up and it prints off dowels for you. I'm concerned about this one. So I might have to reprint this just because you see the little supports inside there? I don't know if I can get those out. I don't have a drill bit. I'm just an urban hobbyist, not the hobbyist. So we'll see if we, there's the supports that are right there too. See inside of there, and those go through into here. I might be able to get those off. We'll see if we can get that out of there. Yeah, it's been too long since I printed these. I'm not sure what goes where. That's an exterior. It's like a puzzle. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. I'm just look at how terrible that is. I feel like I probably need to reprint that. Again, we'll see if we can get by with it. Just because it's my own personal one. There's the grid. Yeah, check out the Stealthminer at GitHub. I couldn't find anything on YouTube about it. So maybe this inspires you to build one of your own. I promise if you want me to print the parts for you, I'll do a much better job. This was my first project with my bamboo P2S. Actually, it's my second project because I printed a cube cooling tower, just as a comparison. So we can probably, these are probably good enough for the dowels. Another thing I should have is super glue, which I don't have, but I just want to see if it fits together first. I can super glue it later. All right, we don't have to do all those right now. We just need to have a supply of them. I'm pretty sure that these were the second print, and so these were the first prints. Yeah, let's see what it's like first. We'll see how it is, and then decide if we're gonna redo it. Because I'm not sure even like where the power supply goes or any of that. I am not gonna put this on Etsy. If you want one, just reach out to me. You can send me an email, ray@yorkteamrealestate.com, and we can talk about it. I'm like thinking about the power supply now. What do I do for a power supply? But the thing I have to remember is I have to figure out this part before I worry about the other parts, which is why I haven't ordered the S19. All right, you can get a sense of what it should look like. It doesn't look right yet, but I'm gonna have to reprint this whole flipping thing. That's annoying. But there's gotta be a better way of bonding all these parts. What are those? That must be where the power supply. All right, I don't really know how much of that footage you saw of the 3D print with the dowels, but it was a disaster. So now we're actually going, I reprinted everything, and it's not been easy by any means, but with dovetails now. So we're gonna put it together. I have an S19J Pro board that I've ordered. I have the power supply ordered. I think I still need to get a control board and the Noctua fans. But the first thing is let's get this case put together. I'm tired of having all this crap flopping around my desk. Yeah, so let's cut to doing that and turn this mess into one cohesive unit. It's just parts everywhere. So this part's the easiest because it has a nice thick wall. But you're gonna see that it just slides together with those dovetails. So what we need to do is super glue it together. What happened? Oh, here's the super glue. So 3D printing super glue. I just got this. Oh, it's a gel. One of the things I've been concerned about is that if you've ever dealt with super glue, you've had the stuck fingers. Well, I was concerned about the glue going down through and then making that a permanent fixture on my desk. So I'm gonna find steal one of my wife's cutting boards, I think. Oh, look at that. That's not great. All right, the bottom part is really the best because it has the big tall walls. So I'm curious if it's better to, this one goes this way, to assemble them and then glue them, or apply the glue and then slide them together. I don't know. I guess we'll learn together. So let's put this together and then we'll take a closer look at this bottom section, which holds the power supply and I guess the control board. I don't really know where it all goes yet. All right. I think what I'm going to do is test it. Oh, I wonder, what about just doing this one first? I think what I can do is, because this one just has one dovetail here, which is on a flat surface, it might be easier to just try this one first. Run the glue along the joint here. I'm gonna run it up the walls and see how that works. What does this say? Bonds skin instantly. It's an eye irritant. Avoid contact with skin and eyes accordingly. Use only with adequate ventilation. Keep out of reach of children. First aid. Skin, do not pull apart. Soak in warm, soapy water. Eyes rinse with water for 15 minutes. Get medical attention. Inhalation, move to fresh air. Do not induce vomiting. Seek medical help. Okay, great stuff. 3D printing super glue. That's about it. So it is for PLA and PETG. I did print this in PETG. All right, let's see if we can not end up in the hospital. I'm just wondering if it needs to be opened, or it looks like there's. It doesn't come out very fast. Based on this, I'm going to say the best thing is to probably do it when it's apart. Oh, look at that. It's already... Huh. That's super glue, just like it says. So let's just drop some on this joint. This is the interior wall, and it needs to be pretty flush because it's the dovetail with the other interior wall, obviously, and it's wanting to push in a little bit. So that's the joint right there that I just glued. So that one is wanting to fall apart a little bit, but how's the fitment? All right, so for our first joint, I'm feeling pretty good about it. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and apply the glue to the parts first and then slide them together from here on out. At least we'll try that one time and see how it goes. I don't love how that looks on the exterior of the box, but in general, it's looking pretty good. Feels good to have one of these things actually connected. Let's see, should we, because this has not been bonded yet. I feel like we should bond this first and then slide that on. All right, so these are pretty well bonded now. So left side, right side, I guess. Again, it has, I don't love that, but maybe I can sand it down later. That joint was a little bit weird, but I think it's gonna be okay. And this one, pretty well done deal. Looks pretty good. So now the next one is we're gonna slide these together this way, like that. So I'm gonna, and that, those, sorry, let's do it this way. These faces are gonna bond. So I'm gonna put glue here. I'm going to put glue here and glue here. There's not really a contact point there, so I'll probably put glue there, 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 and there. So we'll start with it. Put some on this side. Put some in there. We may have our first piece bonded. That's exciting for me. Hopefully it's exciting for you. This has been forever. All right, I'm pretty darn happy with that first section. This one should be a little bit easier, but maybe not, because I really only have thin lines to bond it together on. And in case I didn't say why these have these, is because they're bigger than the 3D printing plate. So maybe what we'll do is, because there's 4, 2 there, 2 here, 5 tall walls. So let's just glue those first and then put it together and then just run the glue on top there. Alright, checking back in. Yeah, it's feeling a lot more solid. So we can go ahead, flip that around the way it's supposed to be. On here. You can see that it's not completely smooth there. Well, I hope you can see that. Let's see if I can. Now this guy goes in here. I don't feel like I need to glue that one in. So I don't really understand. I guess I'll have to figure it out, but do I need just a big dowel for all of that? That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool piece. What do you guys think? All right, well, we'll get to gluing those now. Is it okay enough? Oh, I guess I didn't glue that part. I can still do it later. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. All right, well, not much left to do now except for wait for it to dry and then start putting the actual mining parts together. This part of the project has taken way too long. Big part of the reason why you haven't seen some videos from me for a while, because I've been working on this, printing this. I actually upgraded my printer to a machine that could print this print these parts out of PETG with a lot less drama and problems than my last one. And yeah, I'm excited. The parts are on their way. I have not ordered a control board yet, but I do have the power supply and the hash board on the way. So I think that's all I need. I might need some like fan spoofers, but I'm not sure based on what the control board is that I get. So yeah, fun. All right, well, I think what we'll do is we'll call this the end of this video, and then we'll do another video putting all the parts together and firing it up. Thanks for coming along.